Kobe called Nike and make sure he get the ones that I had. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's a stunt, like when Kobe telling you how you get them. So you hear that? Nobody can touch DeMar on the Kobe's.
No, nobody.
That's the sound bite of this whole episode.
I don't even remember this.
DeMar, thanks for coming out today, man.
I appreciate you having me.
We're here at the Just Don Space here in Fulton Market. One of the principles of our brand is fusing sport with fashion. So being able to have you, our top athlete here in the city, I wanted to talk fashion with the sports icon. I see you came drip today, you know what I'm saying? How important is expressing your fashion sense on and off the court?
I mean, it's everything. You know, for me, I go back to Deion Sanders. You dress good, you play good, you look good, you perform good, all that.
There's DeMar. The man always looks comfortable when he's not in uniform.
Yeah, he's always wearing like cozies, those things you can just sleep on.
Did you see what he wore yesterday? He went to the Windy City Bulls game. He's got the tan.
The snuggies.
He is the most comfortable man in the business.
I try to stay cozy, smooth, relaxed, not too loud, just swaggy enough to get my point across.
I love how you play into your own comfortable style, but make it look good.
I got such a habit, like if I take a shower at home, I put a whole like cozy fit on. I'm such a like superstitious freak when it comes to everything you do.
Like, is it something that you do with your uniform? Is the way you tuck your jersey?
First, it starts with the shoes. You know, obviously everybody know I've been a Kobe guy my whole basketball career. So for me, keeping that legacy of him continuously going is big for me. So with that, I always try to come with different flavors, colorways, Kobe's that nobody ever seen.
Like outside of Kobe's, are Jordans your favorite shoe?
Obviously, I would never play in nothing other than Kobe's on the court. But off the court, I'm simple. Jordan 1s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s is like my go-to.
Okay,
you know,
all right.
And outside of that, I'm Air Forces.
Let's sit down for a minute and talk a little more style and fashion.
Let's do it.
The one time I was All right, we're gonna look at a couple photos early on in your career to just see how your style has evolved over the years.
I'm with it.
That's super early. So right there, you looking like preppy DeMar. I feel like with the low on and the Jordan 7s.
I don't even think I was drafted yet. I think that was like draft weekend.
Okay.
So I was just trying anything.
Happy to
like
be
you
going
was
to the
you was
league.
so in search of like any type of swag. You know what I mean? Like still having the whole Compton mentality, trying to just, you know, I was in search of it.
I get it. How do you express your Compton vibes even when you everywhere in the world? How does Compton come out to your style?
I mean, I think it's how I dress now with the whole comfort of, you know, with the sweatsuits. I always gotta have a hoodie. So I'm always wearing the flannels. That was a whole, you know, West Coast, LA thing growing up. You always had to have a flannel no matter what.
You here today, you have a monotone look.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, and I think it kind of draws influence from maybe like khakis from Compton era.
Exactly.
Okay.
See, that's why you who you are for a reason. But that's exactly why.
But you always hit it with a little pop or something.
Always the beanie or the shoes. You know, you can throw on whatever, but it can either be the beanie or the shoes that I kind of like offset it with. But for the most part, I always like to keep it a monotone color for sure.
I love it. And I love how the flannels throughout the years just get flyer and flyer versions of the flannels.
Yeah.
All right, so here, I'm gonna just guess that's a Gucci jacket that look like Gucci.
What's crazy, I have no clue why I even threw that on.
Okay.
Like, I just thought I was doing something. I had the red bottoms on.
Now let me ask you this. You like fashion sneakers or you like being comfortable in like Nikes and Jordans?
Nikes and Jordans.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm big on that. I never really got too big. After the whole red bottom era, when that first started, after that, I'm all comfort.
Draft night.
Yeah, draft night I still got that suit to this day.
That's gonna go on a DeMar DeRozan Hall of Fame.
You know, it's just that moment of like, all right, like, I got this suit on, it's you know, introduction to, you know, manhood.
And I can only imagine how good it feels to be able to put that suit on knowing you're gonna put that ball cap
for sure,
on it.
Select
DeMar DeRozan.
That's what makes it complete. When you walk
got
up
that
there,
hat.
you put that hat on, you shake the commissioner's hand. You know, it makes everything worth it.
All right, next one. The style is evolving, I see.
Yeah, you know, me just coming in my own comfort.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like finding, you know, what made me feel like me. You know what I mean? Not overdoing it, not forcing it, not underdoing it. Just a style that fit me.
I think you are one of the coziest athletes.
Appreciate it,
because it doesn't seem like you're trying.
Yeah.
And I want to say, like, to me, self-confidence is a major component in style.
Yeah.
Because when you see somebody trying too hard, to me,
You
they
can
don't
tell.
look as
Yeah,
fresh
and you
as
can
they
tell.
think they
Yeah.
look.
That right there, I wanted to go with the whole like Matrix vibe.
Okay,
like,
so the all black.
Yeah,
with
all
the coat.
black with the long coat, and my favorite color blue. Instead of going all black, I just try to throw the blue on.
Pop of blue.
Just, you know what I mean, just to make it stand out a little bit more. And you know, that was my whole little swag, my whole little idea, and that was another part of just me just trying to be different in a sense, but be myself.
All right, last one.
I don't even remember this. That gotta be old, cause I got 2 phone clips on my head.
You got the Motorola
Yeah,
2-bag.
I got so that was, I wanna say that was probably Summer League. Whenever I used to get anything free from Nike, I'm wearing it.
Okay.
Like, I still was like, you send me anything free, I'm wearing sweatsuits, the shoes to match. Whatever package Nike used to send me, I'm putting that on.
So that was the early DeMar
Yeah, that was,
promo
yeah,
era.
All promo. If you send me anything Nike, I'm putting it on. Tough, man. I ain't gonna lie. I hope I got this in the bag.
Now, are there any fashion trends or anything that you take a look at when you in Chicago now that you've added to your style?
Nah, not yet, but I always pay attention to, like, I always see what's what. You know, we call forces, forces back home. Here they call them ones, you know what I mean? Even
G-Fazos.
Yeah, G-Fazos, like, the whole terminology of it changed. So, I definitely pay attention to that, but I always trying to find, like, idolize more than anything, just the swag in its own. You could tell a Chicago person by how they dress, and I just try to continue to learn more.
So being sort of new here in the city, what are some of the elements of culture that you've appreciated the most? Is it the food? Is it the music? Is it the fashion sense?
It's always been the music.
Okay.
I'll say that. Even before I came here, it was always the music. You kind of want to learn more about certain rappers from here. Who's up and coming, who's big here but haven't blew up. Yeah.
Well, who your favorite artist here in the city?
Dirk.
I seen you with Dirk heavy, yeah, okay,
Dirk,
yeah.
Definitely got to go
He the
with Dirk.
voice.
To see how much he grown and the star he became, it's definitely amazing to see. So definitely got to go with Dirk.
Well, to switch it back to like basketball, like when you are at a game and you choose to put on a pair of sneakers, what's the choice? What's the process DeMar goes through to say, okay, this is the pair of Kobe's for tonight?
If I'm on FaceTime, when I get to the gym, I used to ask my daughters what shoes should I wear. I let them pick for good luck. Sometimes, depending on who we playing against, big game or if it's this. Like, there's so many variations that go into it. We may be playing a certain team and I may be like, all right, I'm gonna bring some heat that nobody's seen.
The dexterity. Oh my goodness! Get up or get out the way!
Now, I think I know the answer to this one, but I want to ask you, I've noticed sometimes after the half, you'll come out with another pair of shoes.
Right.
Is that because of a bad first half
Yes.
or because you just want to stunt two pairs?
Listen, that's funny you asked me that, man. Guys on my team know if I switch my shoes at halftime, what DeMar they get in the second half.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I'm superstitious. So if I switch my shoes at halftime, that means the first half didn't go like I wanted it to go.
Like you wanted it to. That's
You know
what I
mean?
figured.
Yes.
All right, I'm
That's
sorry to
crazy
let
you
that
think
secret out to the ops.
Yeah,
You
so
know
if
what I'm
they
saying?
see shoes switch, just know.
You
Yeah,
already know
yeah.
you about to get a whole
It's
nother
funny
second
you
half
say that
tomorrow.
because it's been times, like even with my teammate Ayo, there's been times I switch shoes and there's a locker next to mine, so he'd be like
give him the
he'd be like,
ball.
oh, all right, we already know what time it is. Like, he just knows, so it's crazy.
You're very genuine about your love for sneakers and collecting sneakers, as I feel like I am. I think we shared the sentiment where it's hard for us to wear a pair if we don't have two.
For sure.
Let me ask you, how many pairs you think you got in your collection?
Man, bro, like I remember I had a phase where I made sure I had every Penny Hardaway shoe that ever came out. I used to say this joke.
I honor that.
Yeah, I used to say this joke to Kobe because it used to be some pair of Kobe's I used to have, and he used to look at them like, and then he'd call Nike and make sure he get the ones that I had. You know what I mean? But
oh, that's a stunt. Like when Kobe telling you how you get
it used
them.
to be times. Like it used to be times, and we always used to crack jokes back and forth about that. Like only person who possibly could have more Kobe's than me was Kobe.
What was your first pair of Kobe?
My first pair of Kobe's, I wore Kobe ones all in high school. Like if you pull up my senior year in high school.
Oh, so you was doing Kobe's even before you came to the league?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like,
okay.
yeah. My special pair was the ones he gave me.
Okay.
You know, those meant a lot. That was actually his.
Now, touching on Michael Jordan like we did earlier, Jordans, you mentioned that your first pair was fake.
First pair of
Fake.
Jordan was
What
fake
model
Jordan.
was it?
There was some Jordan 13s.
13.
It didn't even have a bubble on the side. It was crazy.
But you felt like they was real.
They was everything to me.
Okay,
You know,
I
you
get
couldn't
it.
tell me nothing.
Okay.
Like to me, the Jordan was spelled wrong. It was crazy.
But it gave you that feeling.
It gave me what I needed to feel like I was close enough to having Jordans.
What's your go-to item? Is there a go-to jacket? Is it something that you feel like when you look at pictures, you like, man, I didn't burnt that jacket out, or I didn't burnt that look out?
Yeah, I don't know what type of long coat I got, but since I've been in Chicago, I got this blue, like long, comfortable trench coat that I would wear
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Now, do you feel good wearing it everywhere?
I feel
you feel
good,
self-conscious?
yeah. Nah, I feel good
Okay,
with it.
so that's
You know
your
what I mean?
go-to
That's
item
my
then.
go- that's my go-to
okay.
for sure.
I love that. All right, now let me ask you this from a style sensibility. Do you get your hair braided right before the game? Do you get a certain style before the game, or is it like just as the week progresses? it's just-
probably as the week progressed.
I notice. I feel like your braids be tight every night.
Yeah, I try to stay on it, and you know, person do my hair, love her to death. But she be on my head more than anything. Like, all right, it's about that time.
Where everybody know that she braids you, so she want to look good.
Yeah, for sure. Like, so I gotta give her all the credit. Love her to death. She always look out.
Do you think like your tats, do you get your tats in areas where you know they gonna show with your jersey, or is that just memorializing people that are important
I
to
mean,
you?
getting tattoos, like, you know, you even go back to the braids, you know, who you think about when you think about tattoos and braids? Iverson, you know, he was so iconic of changing the culture of your appearance when it come to that.
What are some of the people that you want to say have influenced DeMar DeRozan's style and influenced you as a player on and off the court?
I mean, for sure, like the older generation of players, you know, being who they was. Like you're saying, Michael Jordan, you know, Michael Jordan had the bald head. He made it cool to have bald head and wear hoop earrings. I remember watching Iverson, I always used to see certain tattoos like only the strong survive. Like I always remember seeing that when I was young, and it used to be so like, it used to stand out so much. The list goes on, that they had their own style, their own look, everything about it that made you, you know, want to enhance and show who you were, because, you know, you never know, 10, 15 years from now, somebody could be looking at me the same type of way.
DeMar DeRozan.
Now, one question I got, because I don't know the answer to this one, why did you choose number 11 on the Bulls?
I just got to the point to where, like, you know, this is the next chapter in my life, and I wanted to make it a new chapter and not, you know, stay on the same path that I was on. And the next chapter was chapter 11, you know what I mean? And I looked at it like, all right, just be one-on-one from that.
I love the one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I guess for those that don't know, the reason he couldn't have number 10 is because Bob Love has number 10 retired on the Bulls.
Yep.
Coming up in Compton, did you like the Bulls?
Yeah, for sure.
I would have thought you grew up a Lakers fan.
I grew up a Lakers
Okay,
fan.
but
I
the Bulls was just
love the
running
Bulls
it.
because, you know, being so young in the mid-90s and the 90s, everything was Jordan. Like, you had no choice but to love Jordan. You know what I mean? I remember going to the movie, seeing Space Jam. Like, I remember all the stuff, so you gravitated towards Jordan because he was the biggest thing on planet Earth. Just being a part of this, you know, franchise, this historic franchise, this city, and being embraced the way that I have been. You know, it's a dream come true. Cause
Man, you've given us that feeling.
yeah, like
you know what I'm saying?
trust me, and I feel it back. You know, and I try to honor that as much as I can every time I go out there and represent for the city. You know, it's big to me. It means a lot to me.
Absolutely. I think kids today are definitely influenced by your game. I respect how serious you take the game, how professional you are, but I do want to encourage you to show DeMar DeRozan personality more.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm happy you're here spending this
Nah,
time
thank
with
you,
me.
thank you.
I appreciate everybody tuning in. Super thanks to my guest, DeMar DeRozan.
you.
You know what I'm saying? It's been awesome to sit here and chop it up with you. And I just want to say, here in Chicago, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate your energy in the city, and you are Chicago's own.
Man, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Love.
Always.
Are you particular about like no creases?
If they start turning colors around, you know what I mean? Then you gotta switch it up.
Like somebody saying, man, look at DeMar's shoes.
Exactly. Yeah, I need that one. Yeah. And sometimes if I go to Foot Locker or something, I would ask them for
Every 13 you
every
got.
13 you have.
Thanks for watching this episode. Thank you to my guest, DeMar DeRozan. We'll see you next time.